Alright, I've been asked to do a demonstration of the quality or lack thereof of this knife, which is a AliExpress Benchmade Bugout copy, carbon fiber scales, supposedly S30V blade steel, and a very obvious Benchmade Bugout design. In order to show you demonstrate the quality, I'm going to compare it to this knife, which is my daily carry. It is a Ganzo Firebird FH51 that I've had for a good 2 years, and it's got the wear to prove it. You can see the blade is has been around. This knife has seen a lot. So we're just going to compare these two. This was about a $25 knife. This is a $40 knife. You will quickly see that the quality, at least in terms of the opening action and just general fit and finish of this, is far inferior to this cheaper knife right here. So first of all, the opening of the blade, you get the putting the axis lock down, which is really hard to do, by the way. To flick it open is nearly impossible. There we go. Got it. So, does not want to flick open. Obviously, thumb stud, you can open it, isn't bad. But then when it comes to closing it, okay, so you can see how hard that was to close. Let's check this guy out. I mean, it pretty much just falls shut. Opening is easy as hell too. I mean, if you barely press this down, barely pressing, you just can't make this thing fail. I can try to make it fail. Yeah, it opens every time. It's perfectly smooth, both on the open. You can just kind of shake it open and just shake it closed. This, on the other hand, get past the detent. You got to deliberately flick it pretty hard to get it to go. Now, here's the other thing. I actually oiled this using Tri-Flow graphite lubricant to try to get this to be smoother. And you can still hear the friction on this guy. This is a brand new knife, just oiled with Tri-Flow graphite lubricant. This is a 2-year-old knife that has never been oiled, that actually has ceramic ball bearing detent here, or not detent, the ceramic ball bearings for the swivel here. So listen to this guy. Little bit of squeak there, but otherwise very quiet. Now, I'm curious if I oil this up. Spray a bit of Tri-Flow in there. I bet this is going to become even smoother now. And yeah, just dead silent. And of course, yeah, the action is going to be even smoother now. Yeah, that just flicks open amazingly fast. So again, this versus this. Secondly, this axis lock style thingy here, that is the sound it makes. And it is really hard to press down. I don't know how I can demonstrate this, but this takes quite a bit of force to push this down. And you can hear it just grinding. Also, you can't tell this on video, the edges on this are sharp. If I run my fingers across here, and I'm not too picky about this kind of stuff. I do a lot of work. I play guitar. My hands are, the fingertips are pretty calloused. But man, it just is, there's little sharp burrs on the end of this thing here. So you really got to pull it down and flick it open, or you can't really flick it open, do the thumb lock, a thumb stud, and then to close it, it's pretty much a two-handed operation. You got to pull the axis lock down with one and close it with the other. You can't flick it closed. I mean, it is damn near impossible to flick it closed. So anyway, very low quality, noisy, grindy lock that's very hard to press down, with a lot of burring on here, sharp, harsh edges. The blade does not open easily. It doesn't close easily. I don't believe this is actually S30V steel. I have no way of testing that for sure, but I would be very surprised if this is actually S30V. Whereas on this blade, this is tested D2 with a very good, I want to say it's 62 hardness on the HRC scale. And again, just totally different ball game in terms of the smoothness of the action, the overall fit and finish. This jimping doesn't feel harsh. It seems like it's been corners nicely rounded off, just a perfect amount of traction, and just overall much better quality for roughly half the price on this guy. This is just a really low quality knife. Everything about it except the look is low quality, and of course it does feel good in the hand. There isn't a whole lot of blade rock, just a little bit, but not too bad. I think this guy after 2 years has developed a bit. Well, actually no, this guy's solid. And again, this is my everyday carry, and it gets a lot of use. You can see the tip is a little chipped off there, so this gets a lot of use. This is brand new, already a little bit of blade rock, and other than the fit and finish, which is to be expected because this is pretty much dimension wise an exact copy of a Benchmade Bugout, other than that, it's just a low quality knife. Probably shouldn't have bought this thing. There's a reason you don't want to buy these sort of just blatant rip-offs. I mean, it's one thing to buy something like a Ganzo where they take inspiration from a bunch of other designs, but it really is not exactly the same. I mean, this is exactly the same down to the logo and the box that it came in. So that was probably a mistake to buy this thing. I will not make that mistake again in the future. I suggest that you support knife companies that are a little bit more, or a lot bit more original, and don't buy this kind of crap. So there it is. There's my demonstration of the low quality of these AliExpress Benchmade Bugout knives.